So where were we? Sorry, I had to stop the video and start all over again. Had to clear out some space on my phone. We were talking about this, and we were looking at the fabrics. So let's go through that really quick again. There's this one. This one, I was telling you that it feels exactly like Timeless Treasures, because I was real skeptical about what this fabric was going to be like. But it feels really good, and I think it is super duper pretty. This is the background that I had to cut more of because I messed it up the first time. And then the other month that I have, that pattern, Lord, I'm going to have to put them back together. Looks like, oh yeah, it's a bunch of these crisscrosses and flying geese. And it's pretty much the same fabrics as before. Oh yeah, that's a big piece right there. Same ones. And it is a lot of those flying geese. And what is that? Oh, a piece of paper. I was like, what? And that. So that is the what did I say that was? Stars and Sprinkles quilt by Love Sew, and using True Fabrics, which is a Love Sew brand, for these. The next one, same Love Sew, block of the month. It's called Bellflower. It is absolutely lovely. It looks like that. I have made 1 month of that as well. Let me find it somewhere in here. Where'd you go? Maybe I left it up under here. And that will be enough. Funny. Oh, there it is. I put the fabric on top of it. It is right here. The very first month. This is the only month that I've done. Right? I had to have 4 of those, and they are the corner 4. There and there. The corner 4. So those I've already cut. I also have the pattern for how many of these? I should have told you the other. 3. 3 of these. And I think there are much more of these. And 4, 8, 16 of these. But they will look different. They look like this. So 16, 8 of these, 4 of these, and wait, no. Yeah. 8 of these at the top, 4 of these with the half square triangles, and then 4 of these with the half square triangles on the other side. So 4, 4, 4. And let's get a decent look at this fabric. I should have some more of it up here somewhere. I do. So, background with these. I think they're dogwood flowers. What do you guys think? Where is the camera thing at? Right there. I think they're dogwood flowers. But it doesn't actually tell you when they give you a description of it. And really, Alicia, just drop everything, why don't you? And then there's this blue, same flowers. I think they're dogwood flowers. I just think they're pretty. There's this blue. But then there's the dark blue with the same print in it. And I don't know which one of these things that goes to. It goes with this one. That one goes there. And then the other one has a few other. It has this print with the little, what I think is dogwood flowers. I don't really know what these flowers are, but I think they're cute. The same light blue one. Well, medium blue, not quite light. Dark blue. This dark blue of that print that I think is the magnolia blossom. Turn it this way. A lighter blue of the magnolia. See, doesn't that look like a magnolia blossom? It does to me. And then the background. So those are those 3 quilts. Now, mind you, I have a long ways to go in those because they're actually month to month. I can have them send me sooner if I feel like I want to. But with all I got going on, and the fact that you're making so many of these each time you're making them, I think I should just stick with the month to month. But with me making all of these, like this one needs 16 and the other one needs, like, I mean, for those plus sign blocks, I think it's like 64 between the 2 of them. So we're talking a lot of little pieces that are being put together, but it can stand to get caught up on. So vote whether or not you think that is a catcher-upper, as if that's a word, but vote on whether or not you think that is one to be caught up. Now, my last 1, 2, 3, 4, my last 5 for today, because I told you there's a lot of these. My last 5 for today are all quickies to go through, like the first one was. This one is called Dream Home. It is a poppy cotton pattern. It is a patriotic stitch or patriotic sew. And it is using their Elise fabric. Background is this lovely pink daisy background. It's like a pink daisy. And then there are the fabrics. This daisy all over again. This is going to be very pretty, and I think I'm going to turn it into, this is the binding. I think I'm going to turn it into a, I don't really know what part this plays, but we're going to use it some kind of way. Quilt of Valor. I think that's what I'm going to do with it. I have a couple of them to make. This one, of course, looks more like a lady, and I still need to make one for my sister who's in the Navy. And I have a brother-in-law that needs one too. Two brother-in-laws that need one. So there's that one. This, of course, would be a completely new start because there's nothing done completed on this one at all. But it's cute and it's poppy cotton. Who would not want to make a poppy cotton pattern? Really, they make the cutest, most feminine fabric ever. So I am a huge fan of theirs. But there's that one. That's the Dream Home. This is another one that I have all the pieces to, and I think I'm going to skip this one for today because I do not think I pulled the pattern for it. So we'll come back to her in the next video, and I'll pull all of the information behind this one, and we will go over that one in our next video for this series. This particular one is all cut. Everything's cut with it. It is by Camille Ross Kelly. It is her fabrics and everything. It is called Berry Picking. And I think it is using Summertime. Is this quilt right here? Except I changed it up. There is no white background to this quilt because I'm not a white background kind of girl. These are going to look like this. So these are the berries. Of course, they're going to have different fabrics because it's a kind of scrappy berry. But the background is all going to be denim. So they're going to be pink berries, green leaves, all on a denim blue background to look like this. And I have cut it all. This was actually going to be what I jumped into next after I finish with the project that I'm this close to finishing. But the one thing I did keep though was the session. I did keep the session the same. I just changed the background because that's just what I do. So I changed it to this again, this denim background. And if you like this, feel free to vote for it and I will get right on it. If I don't get a vote, it's probably going to be something that I look at starting next if I don't get anybody to vote on what I should do next. This one right here. Do I have the completed? I don't have a completed sewing machine block. They're all on my design wall across the room. But this quilt, which I have half done when I find the picture. I have the pattern. Is this. It is this Tilda quilt called Make, Do, and Mend. And I have completed all of the sewing machines. I only have left the notions with the pin cushion, the thread bobbins, and the scissors. Those blocks are what I have left to make. It's all cut in this box and ready for me to finish. I finished those sewing machines in a private sew day that I went to. And I thought let me correct that. I have 2 machines that I miscut when I was cutting their pieces, and I have to add some fabric to them. But the body of the machine is completed. I just have to add a little piece of fabric to the bottom in order to put the bottom of it together on. Outside of that, all of that is completed as well, and all I have to do is jump in and finish it. So anybody that thinks that I should jump in and finish this, vote for it down below. It actually was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Tilda tends to want you to cut very, 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 very small pieces, which is very intimidating when you get ready to start the project. But her pictures and her directions are awesome. So I had to pick my trusty little what is this thing right here? iPad to get to the pattern that I want to use on this next set of fabrics that I'm going to show you. And this should be the next to last one. So I want to make this. This quilt right here. It's by one of my favorite quilt designers. Her name is Nicola Dodd. She's the designer for Cake Stand Quilts. One of her patterns was made by, what's her name? Pat Sloan, the one that had the London quilt with the Big Ben and all the different British things in it. She designed that quilt. And she designs quilts for, what's the name of this magazine? Today's Quilter. All the time. She's in there several months out of the year that they put a, she's blah, blah, blah. She's in the magazine and designs for them several times, several months of the year. Her designs are in there. And I had this other quilt that Sandy Gervais put out as a block of the month that I love the quilt, but I don't necessarily love the fabric. As I was putting that together, I was like, this is not talking to me. But I love the quilt pattern, so I kept the quilt pattern for some other fabrics, and I decided to use that fabric to make this cutesy little quilt here. I love it. I also have one of her other block of the month type patterns that is going to be in a future video that I have pulled entirely too much fabric for. But I can't make up my mind which fabric to use, so I just pulled them all. But for this one, it's called Harvest Home. The size is 49.5 by 56.5, so it's like a wall hanging. And I have all these lovely fall colored fabrics. There's this green. These are some fabrics from, what is her name? Allie Kate, I think. It was called Sophisticated Halloween. There's this little cream with that kind of orangey berry looking thing there. There's this vine, leaves, two plaids, this brown. Now, most of this will probably not be used in this quilt, but I just pulled it all, put it all together so that whatever I want to pull, it all looks fallish. The little acorns. And it all looks like, it just all looks like it goes together. I love these fabrics. I just think they're super duper cute. Another plaid. Can you see that? No, you can't. Another dark acorn. And then I had these lights from some other projects that I had left over, and this is like a white on white, which you probably can't see right at this moment. This is Fig Tree. This is the same eyelet in white on white from Fig Tree. All of this is Fig Tree, as a matter of fact. All of this. It was going to go into another quilt that I was going to make, and I have just leaned away from making. No, correction. I have leaned away from making that quilt now. Not that I don't think I'm ever going to make it. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. So there's this one, this one, this one. And there's so many other things I can be using this fabric for. Wait, let me turn it the other way. Then to hold it until I decide I want to make that quilt. Now this is that Sophisticated Halloween white on white. Oh wait, that's 2 pieces. 3 pieces. There's these little dots. And then this little one here. And then more words. My shoulder is hurting me. And And then more of the Sophisticated Halloween, which I thought was super cute. I'm going to open it so you can see. Although that skull is a little creepy, it just kind of fits in the whole vibe. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. That flower. So pretty. This is a different one. It's not Sophisticated Halloween, but I can't remember what it was. This is Sophisticated Halloween, I think. Yeah, this was definitely Allie K, because I love her line drawings. The moths with the little eyes. Now some of this probably will look weird inside of this quilt with these tractors on it and all. It doesn't really lend to this Halloween-y kind of thing. But you know, you cut anything up small enough, you won't really know. So that's just what we're going to do. We're going to cut these up into small little pieces and sew them back together in ways that make you not understand that what you're looking at in the very beginning, if that be the case. So I have one more. Let me toss these back into the container, and there is one more kit, which is basically, it is most definitely a WIP, one that I am currently working on that you really don't need to vote on, because by the time I even read your vote, I will probably be done with it. But I do want to show it anyway. Once I put all these pieces. Lord, how many did I take out of here? It goes on and on and on and on. And last one. And I am keeping these in these little, so I got these little containers from Target for $4 a piece. They come with little latches on the side, and they are approximately maybe 13 inches. Maybe they may be a little shorter than 13, maybe somewhere between 11 and 13 inches. And then they're like, let me see, I got a picture. I didn't gotta tell you that. It is 3 1/8 by 11 by 14 1/2. I was wrong with the 13 part. But I got these from Target. They're $4 each. And last, but definitely not least, because I have been working on this for about almost, well, a little over a year. But not a year. But not over a year. If that makes any sense. Did I put the other ones in here? Or are they still up under here? They still up under this stuff, y'all. Okay. So, this is what I'm working on right this second. It is the Michigan quilt by Laundry Basket Quilts, but not in these colors. That's just what the pattern shows. Our colors, not there. Is it over there? It is not. Our colors are French General. And here, let me just show you the coloring. It looks like this. Those colors. This is the current block that I'm going to be, as soon as I put all this stuff back up, I will be putting these together as soon as we stop our taping. Oh, wait. I may have it. I may have the quadrant for you to see what it's going to. Ah, I got it. I got a picture. It's going to look like that. Oh, my finger's in the way. Let's go down here. Like that. That is what our quilt's going to look like. And I am only short 2 blocks, 2 months to finish all of the blocks, and then I can start putting the quadrants together like so. That's like so. I will show you the blocks that I have in my hand. I have this one, this one, this one, this one, and I spin my seams. There are these ones, and they are very sweet. They send you these little labels to label your blocks as you make them. And all these blocks are tiny, so this whole assembly is probably gonna, look at all this. Look at all these wretched. Look at this wretched mess. Look at it. I gotta go and trim all these little threads off of here. That so makes my nerves bad, and I don't have a clip on this one, so I'm gonna stick it back in the bag. So it can at least be in here with the blocks that look like, and I know what month it came from. So I don't have a clip on that one. There are these. They're all very tiny. And there were more than one set of each one of them. I don't have a clip on these. What was you doing, girlfriend? What was you doing? Look at this. Look at this wretched mess. Look at this. I have this thing about threads being everywhere on my blocks, and I don't know what I was thinking when I put them in that bag looking like this. Let me put them back in this bag before I forget where they come from. And I got 2 more, well, 3 more. I have these. These. I mean, they just look a wretched mess. And these. I just completed a few as well that I did not put in here in this container. So they all up under, they're in here up under some of this stuff that I've been showing to you guys. But as soon, and I have to finish some, what they call cat's cradle blocks and some square and squares, and then I'll have all the pieces put together, and I can go over there to the design board and put one quadrant together, sew them all together, and it goes together in quadrants, and then the center 2 rows. And then we are good. Oh, and the border, because I do have the border cut. That's the border. And then these are just the rest of it is the filler blocks. The rest of it is filler blocks. Filler blocks and borders already cut and ready to go.